Videos by YGOSmurf. Be creative. Hey guys, YGOSmurf here, and today we're going to be doing a top 5 generic cards, or the best top 5 generic cards of a pack. And today's pack we're going to be talking about Legacy of the Valiant. There were so many generic cards in this set that it actually took me a long time to whittle through for these best ones. So getting right off into there, number 5 is Ghoststrick Jack Frost. It is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster with 800 attack, 100 defense. Its effect reads, cannot be normal summoned unless you control a Ghoststrick monster. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can change that opponent's monster to face down defense position. And if you do, special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position. So Jack Frost is a neat little hand trap that stops attacks, as well as being able to cripple your opponent's current field, current standings. Because a lot of times monsters don't have as high defense, attack, in addition that they don't have protection effects like can't be destroyed, stuff like that, while they're face down. So that way you have more chances to go ahead and kill their field and bounce back, as well as netting you field presence. So it's pretty cool. At number 4 we have Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. It is a level 10 Synchro Earth monster, 3100 attack, 1900 defense. It is a Beast Synchro effect monster, and it reads 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. This face-up card on the field cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects except during the main phase 2. This card's really good because it's not only a generic Synchro monster, but it's a level 10 generic Synchro monster that only requires 1 additional monster to the tuner. So that way you can be using high-level monsters with low-level tuners to get him out. Not to mention that he can't be targeted. So therefore, we have stuff like Phoenix Wing Windblast not going to work for the majority of the time. Compulsory Evacuation Device isn't going to work most of the time. Fiendish Chain isn't going to work most of the time. And that's what this card does, in addition to being like, I'm going to wreck your face, and 3 attacks from me ends the game, following the extra deck monster theme. Number 3 is Evilswarm Exciton Knight. It is a level 4 light Fiend Exi effect monster, 1900 attack, 0 defense. Its effect reads 2 level 4 monsters. Once per chain during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, if your opponent has more total cards in their hand and on their side of the field than you do, you can detach 1 Exi material from this card. Destroy all other cards on the field. Also, your opponent takes no further damage this turn. This card is just another really good generic rank 4, and the reason why rank 4s are so good to begin with is because there are so many decks and so many strategies that can utilize them, especially if they're generic, i.e. Exciton Knight, which is a generic one. He's also a 1900 attack, so he's not super weak, but he's kind of a normal summon beater. But that destruction effect, destroying everything else on the field, is really awesome, and that's what makes him number 3. And it's really strong, and who cares if he only has 1900 attack, because guess what, he can be used with Honest because he's light, and it's just really good and a board wipe, and that's why it's number 3. Number 2 on the list is called Shared Ride. It is a quick play spell card who reads, after this card resolves, each time your opponent adds a card from their deck or graveyard to their hand this turn, except by drawing them, you immediately draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 Shared Ride per turn. This card is like Maxi is to special summoning, how Shared Ride is to adding cards to the hand or gaining advantage. And it's really crazy and cool that there is even this counterpart to Maxi, and that's something that's just really cool, and I really like Shared Ride, and that's why it's number 2. Before we go on to number 1, we have 3 honorable mentions, like always, and they are Elisai, the Sylvan High Protector. He's a really cool generic rank 8 monster that bounces monsters from the field back onto the top of the deck, and it's really cool and would be pretty helpful in some rank 8 decks. Next we have Powered Insectron. It is a generic level 6 Synchro monster that reads when this card is Synchro Summon this turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and also you take no damage this turn. It's just really crazy and really a safe level 6 that I feel like a lot of people are passing over because it doesn't have a long-term effect. It's on summon effect only, but he's still 2500 attack and he's scary as hell, not to mention he's a machine, so I like him even more. The last honorable mention is Skill Prisoner. It's targetable breakthrough skill. It's really cool, it's helpful. It's not as helpful or good as breakthrough skill, and I think that's why it's not being played or sought after as much, but it definitely has its niche because breakthrough skill can't necessarily stop certain effects while Skill Prisoner can. It just depends on which one is more prevalent in the meta, and right now breakthrough skill is. Well, Skill Prisoner is still good. And finally, on to number 1 from Legacy of the Valiant. I'm sure you're all confused as to which one this is, but let me tell you, it's number 101, the Silent Honor Ark. Shocker. Not really. It's a really amazing card, and here it is. It is a rank 4 Water Aqua Exi effect monster with 2100 attack, 1000 defense, requires 2 level 4 monsters generic like, and it reads, you can detach 2 Exi materials from this card, then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls in face-up attack position. Attach it to this card as a face-up Exi material. You can only use this effect of number 101 Silent Honor Ark once per turn. If this face-up card would be destroyed, you can attach 1 Exi material from this card instead. It's a really good rank 4 generic Exi monster like Exciton Knight. However, this card doesn't destroy, which means it gets around a lot of other effects because the standard non-removal effect is this card can't be destroyed. But Silent Honor Ark's like, ha, I'm not going to destroy you. I'm just going to gobble you up for my own use. Oh, and you want to destroy me? Well, now I'm going to ditch your monster and still be around. Alternatively, you could just use it as a beat stick, kind of like Gachi Gachi was used in, I don't know, Agents way back when. It would just sit there and absorb hits, and Silent Honor Ark can also do that. And it's just really cool, really awesome, really sought after, played in everything, because why wouldn't you that can play generic rank 4s? But yeah, that's why it's number 1. It's freaking amazing. Go ahead and post in the comments what you thought about my top 5. Do you think they should have been in a different order? Do you like the ones I picked? Do you think I missed out on one? These are the things I want to hear in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share this video so your friends know what you're talking about. Subscribe to me if you deem me worthy. Have a wonderful day, guys.